one of the most common topic in Buddhism, Buddhist canon, which is called kilesa, defilements. We have a lot of synonyms for the kilesa in English language, as well as the Pali. The one with the popular word is kilesa. In Buddhism, we have found a word called kilesa. It's a very common word. Okay, but there are so many information in canon. Canon meaning Pali, Tripitaka, or Buddha's word. You can find out so many information. But time is not enough to explain each and everything. Then today, what I want to explain, I have selected one famous. The Buddha is very like to protect our monastery. Our Nayaka also mentioned the monastic leader or forest leader. In Pali word, Vanaspati. You always take care of the trees like that. Therefore, I have selected very famous one. You can see Buddha advised to cut trees. Okay, here you can see. That's why I have selected that. Buddha advised to cut trees. Then people going to cut all the trees of the temple. Okay. However, we can understand what kind of trees Buddha has explained in the Pali canon. Therefore, I have put my Dhamma talk called Cutting Down the Forest. Cutting Down the Forest. And as well as I have selected another important stanza in Dhammapada. The first one is Theravada. Second one is in Dhammapada. I have selected two stanzas. From one, it has given name Cutting Down the Forest. According to second one, Seeking the Light. I'll explain the Gatha. It came from a Theravada. The second one, I have selected two stanza preached by the Buddha. A simple meaning I will explain more and more. Do not cut the forest of the tree. Okay, do not cut down the forest of the trees, but cut down the forest. Don't cut one tree or two trees. You can cut all the tree of the monastery. Then the second one, the Vanam Chindate Mano, cut down the forest of the desires in your mind. Now you can understand. I will explain more and more. The third line explains, Vanatta Vanam Chindanti. Those who live in the forest, cut down the forest. How unfamiliar, no? The people who live in the forest, but they are going to cut down all the trees of the forest like that, no? It's how unfair, but we can classify this stanza. This is called cutting down the inner forest. And how about the second one? Konu hazo kimanando. Hazo meaning laughter like that. We are laughing, no? We enjoy our life. We are laughing. The Buddha explained what is the laughter? What is the joy? When the world is always burning, and try to avoid the darkness, and why do you not seek the light? Why don't try to light like that? Then these are the stanza today I have selected today. You to explain. Then here Vana. Now you can understand Vana mean forest. is not the jungle outside. It's not jungle of the outside, no? This is talking about the inner forest. This is not talking about the outer jungle like you can see here in Indiana Buddhist Temple. You can see a nice monastery and there are a lot of trees. But here it's not talk about the outside monastery or jungle. But the mental jungle of craving, hatred and delusion. The kilesa that block our peace or liberation, emancipation. Now you can understand what's the real forest in Buddhism. I think now you can understand what is the biggest forest. If you have craving, attachment or delusion, hatred, that is the main forest. Then why the forest is a danger? The normal forest, think about that. Dense, that means it hides the path. What else? Dark, it blocks the sunlight of wisdom. Full of hidden dangers, snakes, wild animals and traps. You please visit in forest, you can get those experience from the forest. Darkness and dense and full of hidden dangers, things like wild animals. No? There are so many things in the forest. There is a story which came from Pali Canon or Tripitaka. The bamboo cutter. There is a man who cut bamboos, all bamboos. Once man earned his living cutting bamboo. The Buddha saw him and said, "You can cut bamboo all your life, but unless you cut the bamboos of craving, you will never be free." Try to understand that you can cut all the bamboos like in your life. You have everyday the problems, you give the solution. Think about that. Every day you have a problems and the solution, no? Questions and the answers. Every day. How about the mundane and supramundane? Next life also we have to do the same thing. That's why Buddha advised, please cut down forest. Don't cut trees. Don't cut down the trees. Buddha, you can be here, no? But people are going to cut down all the forest, but they are not going to cut down trees. Then, what else? According to this statement, the man reflected that his mind was overgrown with the bamboo of greed and anger. He ordained and began cutting the inner forest through meditation. He understood what Buddha said, and he entered to the sasana. He started to cut down forest. Which kind of forest? Inner forest. Through meditation. He practiced meditation with commitment. Finally, he got the highest result from Buddhism. Then how to cut the inner forest? Now you can understand and you can practice. Because if you want to cut real forest, what you have to use? You have to use specific tools, no machine. Buddha also has a machine, no? To cut trees. We have specific tools. Where if you want to cut down inner forest, what are the tools that you can use? You have 3 tools. The one is sila or morality. Okay, then you need to practice sila or morality. prevents planting new trees of unwholesome karma. Another definition. That's why I ask, you can create any definition, but however you have to protect 5 precepts like that. You need to practice that in your daily life. And samadhi, concentration, makes the mind steady and sharp like a well-honed axe. That's another way. You have to train your mind. If you can train your mind like a sharp, like a well-honed axe, you need to train your mind by using different kind of meditation. There's one tool if you want to cut down your inner forest. I have mentioned one tool before, but that morality. What's the second one? Concentration or samadhi. The final one. The final one is panya. My name panya or wisdom. Sees where the roots are and cut them completely. Okay. If you can cultivate wisdom, you can find out the cause and effect of your thoughts, and you can understand the real forest, and you can cut down. But you should have good tool for that. What's the tool? Wisdom. Don't try to cut down by using sila. Please get the highest tool to cut down inner forest. Most expensive one. It is called wisdom or panya. You can cut down completely. If we lack of wisdom, we only trim branches and the forest grow back quickly. You can cut, but only 3. If you don't have a wisdom, by using your sila and concentration, you can cut down, but only trees, not forest. If you want to cut down the forest, please use your highest tool called panya or wisdom. That's the only way that you can cut down your forest, inner forest. Okay, we have another stanza, the burning world. I have selected one stanza. According to that, second stanza, I will explain quickly because with time, not enough time we explain everything. The Buddha asked, what is the laughter, what is the joy when the world is always burning? This is not called to abandon all joy, but warning against heedless enjoyment while our house is on fire. Try to understand this. Don't misunderstand about the Buddhist. Then, story of the house on fire. Think about that. This is very similar to our life. A man was sitting comfortable in his house. There is a man who is sitting comfortably, and entering guests unaware that the attic was on fire. Our house was on fire. A friend came to warm him. One of the friend came and said about that. But what did he say? Don't spoil my fun. Don't spoil my fun. Think about ourselves, no? How many spiritual beings have explained about this fire? But even our life, we didn't care that. How many Buddhas? Count. 28 Buddhas now you can see. Every Buddha's advice is like that, in that way. They came and say, what? They say, your house on fire. What was our answer? We say, don't spoil my fun. To all the Buddhas. Try to understand that. Dipangara, Kannangara, Medangara. Now we have called Gotama. You know, there is one of the. Okay, I will explain that and I will tell that. A friend came to warm him, but he replied, "Don't spoil my fun." A moment later, the flames of fire spread and panic set in. Then we too live in a burning house. The fire is impermanence, aging illness and death. If we ignore this, our laughter is empty. You can laugh. Definitely you can. As a human being, you can. But if you are unable to understand impermanence, suffering non-self like that, or fire of your life, our laughter is empty. Darkness and lamp. The verse darkness refers to ignorance, and light, what's that? The Dhamma, wisdom and mindfulness. This is not about the tree, forest, okay? I have mentioned second stanza about darkness now. According to that statement, darkness refers to ignorance, light, Dhamma, wisdom, mindfulness, like that. If we live in darkness, we tumble and hurt ourselves. If we seek the light, we find a safe path. A Zen connection. You know Zen Buddhism? What does Zen Buddhism mean? I explain that. Zen means happiness. You know where there is a Buddhism called Zen Buddhism in Japan. They grasp only the philosophical idea. We also have Jataka story, but most of them are criticizing that. But think about the message of the Jataka story. Think about the story of the Viraha. Think about that is not a physical happening. I don't know, it may happen or not. But I understood or I realized this is if we practice bad, like if we have a bad thoughts, our words should maybe bad. If we have a good thoughts, our words should maybe or must be good, like that. I have selected some story from the Zen Buddhism. A Zen master once told his students, if you want the garden to be beautiful, pull out the weeds by the roots, not just trim the leaves. Now you can understand. If you cut down only trees, again come back like that, grow back. This is the same as the Buddha's advice. Don't just manage your craving, remove them completely. Don't try to manage, okay? No, there is no subject called kilesa management. We have money management, we have mind management, we have, but there is no any subject called kilesa management. Don't try to manage your case. Try to avoid completely. Modern example, okay, I'm not going to explain that, I don't need unnecessary. Okay, I'm going to wind up my sermon because time has come to stop the sermon. Finally, I would like to you to remind, I think now you can understand your real forest and what is the trees and the forest. What is the difference between trees and forest? I think now you can understand. And let us not spend our lives cutting other trees while our inner forest grown wild. Let us remember that the world is burning and that we are living in a temporary shelter. Maybe take up the eggs of wisdom, the robe of mindfulness and the discipline of morality, cleaning the jungle within. When the forest is gone, fear disappears. Tanna jayati soko, tanna jayati, tanna vipamuttasya, natti soko kuto. Natti means there is no fears if you can cut down the whole forest. Yeah. And when the light is found, the darkness is gone. This is the peace of Nibbana. I have used the word peace because I explain now. If you are matured, I say don't find happiness. If you are matured, okay? But if somebody came, but you want, sometimes I want happiness, okay. I will give some point of happiness, but that is not the ending point of the Buddhism. If you are matured, if you have practiced more and more Dhamma, my advice would be don't find happiness, even the happiness. Because if you find out happiness, you have a bonus called sadness. It's like a circle, no? How many times did you find happiness in your life? Think about that. How many Buddhas passed away? We find happiness. Every day you have to find happiness. Try to find peace, emancipation, liberation. Then only happiness may happen. No, doesn't matter. Sadness may happen. No, doesn't matter. You have a strong mind, but if you are matured, again and again I remind, because already I have explained 5 stages of the confidence. If you are matured in Dhamma, especially Dhamma, I know you are very matured in your subject. Most of them are very knowledgeable person. I know that you are very superior for your subject, but sometimes not in Dhamma. If you are not matured in Dhamma, please find happiness. If you are not matured in the way you practice or confidence, follow anything, doesn't matter. But if you are matured, please find out peace. That's my final advice I wanted to you to explain. Thank you very much for your participation. So I'm going to wind up Dhamma sermon today. This was the 4th Dhamma session of Vassa.